Hello and welcome to this week's reading. I did actually do the reading yesterday and I did upload it, but there were some technical issues, so I've taken it down and I'm doing it again. So apologies if it's not reached you in the right time. Anyone south of the equator obviously has had Monday the 14th of December already and are probably fast asleep when I do this video. So I have the cards, here we are, and I will talk a little bit about this pack. This pack is the Saints and Angels Oracle cards, another Doreen Virtue pack, and it mixes up messages from guardian angels and saints throughout history. It's not religious particularly, although obviously the saints are attached to religion. I see it more as a spiritual tool. There's a big new moon today in Sagittarius, and it's the last new moon before the end of the year, and it's a lovely potent new moon of new beginnings, and it ties in with a lot with what we've been talking about of clearing out the old. So the overriding message I get for this week is about holding a vision of what you want for your life to be on the other side of this kind of death, as it were, of a way of being that we're all going through right now. This old, the old ways are crumbling in so many forms, and a new life, a new way is being birthed right now. And that's collectively, but also as individuals. So it's a time of really thinking about your dreams and your visions. And as we go forward, it's a very powerful time of manifestation. So try and be positive where you can. Allow yourself to feel, obviously. We don't necessarily feel great after a year like this. That's okay. But with our thoughts, try and keep them focused on things you want and how you want to feel, as that's a really powerful thing to do right now. Right, so the first card I drew for Monday and Tuesday is this card. It's a beautiful red-hooded angel with a dove, and the message is reward. And this is a very positive card to start the week. It's about lovely things happening, little miracles, little positive things, little shifts, unexpected sort of gifts or experiences. So a nice thing to do is to start the week with a nice positive intention for your week ahead, a nice openness of heart, open up the arms to the universe and allow yourself to receive some nice little surprises and positive aspects. So that's, and the dove, obviously, it's a peaceful, this week is starting with a lot of positive energy. So if you've had a bit of a tricky time of late, we had that big strong full moon, a lot of stuff came up. This is a nice sort of freshening of energy to start this week as we go forward towards the solstice, which, as I've spoken in other videos, is a very strong portal of good energy coming down. Moving into the middle of the week, we have, well, this is St. Nicholas, Father Christmas, St. Nicholas. He's actually the original form of St. Nicholas, or Father Christmas rather. He is St. Nicholas of Myra, and the message is generosity. And Sagittarius, the energy of Sagittarius is very much about giving and giving of your spirit, giving of your love, giving of your joy. So around the middle of the week, see if you can just lift up the energy around you, whether it's smiling more. And I know a lot of people still have to wear masks when we're outside, but you can tell when someone's smiling. Their eyes sparkle a bit more, and just that vibration of a smile coming out. So maybe taking some things to charity, dropping in on a neighbour or calling a neighbour and seeing if they need anything, particularly elderly neighbours. So just doing nice things to lift up maybe co-workers, your partner, your kids, just bringing some lovely positive energy and being that generosity of spirit. Really important right now, just to lift people's spirits, particularly after a very changeable year. So we can just dig deep, and actually being generous and being positive boosts our own energy. So if you sort of think, oh God, I haven't really got the energy to do that right now, it will give you energy by being positive and loving and compassionate. So that is the lovely message of the middle of the week, generosity, and being generous to yourself. That includes being nice to yourself, not putting loads of pressure on yourself, accepting how you feel, being kind. It's very easy to judge ourselves. It's probably the most difficult relationship we have is with ourselves for various reasons. But if we can start to just shift and see ourselves in a more divine light, a more loving light, then we feel better and we have more to give others and we lift others up. So the message for Wednesday, Thursday is generosity and to give where you can. And then moving into Friday, sort of Saturday, Sunday, kind of interesting card here. It's the you found it. And it's St. Anthony of Padua, who was an Italian saint. And he's got a beautiful purple rinse there, if you can see. He's all about the purple. And we've got these amazing sacred geometric shapes around him. And he's also got a little bit of a halo. So it's a highly spiritual card, purple being a very spiritual colour. Third eye, crown, centre, these chakras, if you know anything about chakras, the kind of colours of the upper chakras are very sort of purpley, violet-y, indigo. So the weekend, it's a very high energy coming through. It's an energy for, finding things, quite literally finding things. If you've lost something, he's a good guy to talk to, St. Anthony, and seeing if you can find it again with his help. I have lost a bottle of geranium essential oil. I make products and I don't know where I put it, and I'm hoping that St. Anthony is going to find it. So come on, old blue rinse chap, do your work. But also it can talk about finding yourself again. And I don't want to bang on about this being a tough year, but it has been a hard year for so many people, and it can feel, particularly if you're on a spiritual path, that maybe you've sort of lost your way a little bit, or you're not feeling that kind of lovely connection that we can have through meditation and yoga and other spiritual practices. But this weekend is a really nice time to feel that connection, because we have the 21st, the solstice, on the Monday. So the energies are really getting heightened. And as we're starting to move into that age of Aquarius, if you know anything about this time, it's the energy is going to be, it's a big chunk of many, many hundreds of years forward, and it's already started, but it's really ramping up now. The age of the Aquarius is about the feminine as opposed to the masculine. It's about intuition, it's about creativity, it's about expansiveness. So this year has been a real struggle with the kind of older energies, the restrictive, the more sort of authoritarian energies, and this need to be free, this need to be creative, the need to express. And blessedly, this energy is really sort of strong from the 21st forward. And it's not to say that we won't have challenges next year, but we'll be much more equipped to deal with what comes our way, and it won't feel like we're being controlled as much. We'll have much more sort of voice in our experiences and control of our lives. So there is your reading for the week ahead. I also would urge you to listen to your energy levels. As I spoke last week, we had balance as our main theme. This week is still, it's the winter, and we have this kind of lead up into Christmas, if you celebrate Christmas at this time of year, and there's obviously other holidays, but people often take a rest around this time or come together with family. I've just noticed how wonky that candle is in the background. Okay. That could be my son. But yes, take care, sleep, rest where you can, find some moments of stillness, get out into nature and ground yourself, stay centered, and just take little steps just to stop the thinking mind from overtaking at this time. Take care, thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next week.